There's nothing I can say. You're about to witness some up gothic horror, family melodrama, incest. You thought the attic was bad? Wait till you see what happens when they get out. Welcome back, my friends, to the what the hell world of VC Andrews. Things are about to get icky. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, my name is David Popovich, aka the Bookworm, and welcome to Bookworm Reviews. Sit back and relax as we dive into Petals on the Wind, the second of the Dollanganger family series by VC Andrews. For those of you who haven't checked out Flowers in the Attic, it's about Kathy Dollanganger and her siblings thrown into the attic of their rich grandparents. The mother says she's doing it to win back her family's inheritance, while the grandmother tortures them because their mother and father are half uncle and niece. The mom does get the inheritance, but if any children from her first marriage are found, she'll lose it all. Not wanting that to happen, she decided to kill them by having them eat arsenic-laced donuts. And she kills one of them. When Kathy and brother Chris discover her betrayal, they walk out the door.
What?
No, really. They make a wooden key, take a couple hundred, then walk out the door and do nothing else. Not even get back at the grandmother. The mother was on vacation. Oh, also, Chris raped his sister. But she blames it on herself because puberty, she was asking for it, and masturbation is just too sinful. That's all that really matters. Flowers was not that good in its structure. It loved to run around in circles. So where are we now with Petals? We pick up right where Flowers left off. Kathy, Chris, and Carrie are on the bus to Florida to join the circus. No, really, they don't go to the cops because as they leave their prison, Kathy plans to get revenge on everyone involved. I knew that sooner or later I would explode and bring down all those who live in Foxworth Hall. But Carrie is still very ill from the arsenic. If they don't get her to a doctor soon, she will die like her brother. That is, out of pure circumstance, one of the passengers is a fat, mute African-American woman who is a housekeeper for a well-off white doctor. Also, they're in South Carolina. And when she writes like this. Your good fortune I be on your bus and can take you to my own doctor's son, who was very best doctor.
That's racist!
Yeah, I don't care that it was published in 1980 or that it's set in 1960. Racist is still racist. And no, I have no idea why she calls him Doctor's son, unless she gave birth to him. Which, considering this is a VC Andrews novel, I wouldn't be shocked.
I was born a poor black child.
Good golly, we sure must be under a lucky star to have someone to direct us to such a doctor. It's almost like a plot convenience. The woman takes them to Paul, a 40-year-old doctor. Why am I bringing up his age? Just wait. Just you wait. They tell him about everything that has happened to them. And why didn't they go to the police? That doctor behind the desk could be trusted. It was in his eyes. Well, that makes all the sense. Seeing that the kids have nowhere to go and he lost his family in a tragic accident, he lets the kids stay with him. It isn't pity or charity, only a business agreement to benefit all of us. And it looks like things couldn't be better. Paul cares for everyone, they work around the house, and he gets them into the schools of their dreams. At last, we were going to be normal kids. So it looks like it's going to be nothing but sunshine and rainbows. Those remarkable eyes drank me in, then swallowed me down, from my face to my breasts, then to my legs. No. So all that was just the setup. What's the plot? Well, okay, there is a general end goal to the book. It's even stated on the synopsis. Flowers in the Attic was the mother's betrayal. Petals on the win is the daughter's revenge. That is our driving force. Kathy getting back at Mom for the horrors committed in the attic. But like Flowers, Petals has a terrible structure. The book covers everything that happens to Kathy after escaping the attic in 1960 till 1975, but there isn't a central story or arc or theme throughout the book. It just likes to wander from different plot to different plots, but always making sure Kathy blames her mom for every bad decision she makes. Which is strange because it's revealed Paul's hometown is not that far from her mother's husband's hometown, where she keeps track of her. God had meant for us to come here and live near Mama if she ever visited her husband's hometown. Or plot convenience, but I'm sure it will pay off in some way. Spoilers, it doesn't. Instead, the book's just a bunch of mini plots that are at best loosely connected to the revenge. Really, the biggest conflict of the story seems to be between the incestuous relationship between Kathy and Chris. The two find it impossible to resist each other, but out of fear of repeating their parents' mistakes and all the words of wisdom about being devil spawned by their grandmother, Kathy needs to find another man to satisfy her needs, which Chris doesn't want and Kathy can't resist. We were in each other's arms, and he was kissing me. Kissing with such ardent fervor, it made me respond when I didn't want to. Then stop. He raped you. I think he can understand. Yet I didn't really want him to stop. Why? That sleeping woman inside of me woke up and took over. This sleeping woman, is she your inner goddess? So Kathy needs to find a man fast. Any man. Do you remember Paul, the 40-year-old doctor they are living with? Well, since they arrived, he can't stop looking at Kathy. Really looking at Kathy. I really don't like the way he keeps looking at you, Kathy. You're just in a V.C. Andrews novel. What's the worst that can happen? You're so young, so beautiful, and so needing. Skin to skin, we press, just holding close at first, and thrilling in the exhilaration of sharing what the other had to give.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good. I love little girls, they make me feel so bad.
I'm a widower. How does that make it okay? Well, outside of screwing with a 40-year-old man, Paul is used to get Kathy into a well-known ballet school as a way to get back at her mother by showing how famous she is. I had to show Mama, the grandmother, Paul, Chris, everybody. I wasn't evil or corrupt or the devil's issue. I was only me. Or self-identity, whichever floats your boat, girl. But more importantly, this is where she gets introduced to Julian. Okay, how to best describe Julian. Imagine if Edward Cullen and Christian Grey had a baby, then times that by 10, and you'll get a good idea of how messed up Julian is. He becomes obsessed with Kathy being his partner in everything because she dances sexy, which means she is asking for it, but she doesn't love him. Just a damn beautiful kid who tantalizes but won't come through. Guess what happens when he doesn't get what he wants? He seized my arm and ruthlessly twisted it behind my back until I cried out from the pain. Now, any knowledgeable person would know that this is a red flag, one where you would run straight to the hills. And Kathy does the smart thing by marrying him and having his baby. But she does it because... Oh, Mama, look what you started by putting the four of us in one locked room and leaving us there to grow up. You of all people should have known. Girl, you were asking for her. Oh my God, now you're making me do it. It's only after we get past Julian that the book remembers that this was all supposed to be about revenge on the mom. It features Kathy seducing her mom's husband. Believe it or not, I barely scratched the surface of this book. It's a soap opera spliced with a tabloid paper, where it throws at you one shocking taboo after another, regardless if it fits within the plot. It's shock value for the sake of shock value. If anything, the book's message seems to be, everything is awful! Incest, pedophilia, and abuse, everything is awful! Dead kids, miscarriages, and suicide. Also, am I supposed to hate Kathy? I didn't like her from Flowers, but it at least framed her to be good. Petals? I have no idea. I get the whole getting back at your mother for trying to kill you. Hell, another subplot seems to be whether or not Kathy can just let it go. We have to accept what happened and go on from there. But as you read on, another subplot is whether or not she's turning into her mother. Seriously, Andrews, what am I supposed to be feeling about her? Nothing in this world is so perfect that it is pure white, or so bad it is pure black. No, everything concerning human beings comes in shades of gray. This is one of those books you have to read to believe. You think Twilight and 50 Shades had issues? Honey, those are downright tame compared to Petals. It's terrible. It wanders aimlessly, likes to repeat character motivation several times. Fun drinking game. Take a shot every time Kathy blames everything on her mother. You'll be dead a third into the book. Also, all the bad things happen because Kathy was asking for it. It ups the shock value from flowers, but it also accomplishes very little in the end. Though it does set up the third one to be just as messed up. Also, this is marketed for young adult girls. Seriously, this is something you have to read to believe. So bad, and so, what the hell? What about you, Internet? What's your opinion about Petals on the Wind? There! I did it! Woo! You cannot break me! God, can I read something good now? What do I have planned for next week? Moby Dick. Ha! Don't care. Better than any of this crap. Till next time. Have a nice day.
Isn't this fun? Is this what life's all about? Isn't this a dream?